Hey guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working on the Ram 2500, the 2019 and up. Today I'm going to show you guys a little bit on how easy it is to install the premium digital cluster. Now those of you who have a tradesman or a bighorn, you probably have the small little cluster, the small little screen in between your tach and your miles per hour speedometer. Now, this particular cluster has a nice big digital display. What's great about that is you can customize it with all different types of gauges and things like that. I'll show you guys on how easy it is to install. But first I want to tell you guys, you do have the ability to choose between if you have a diesel truck or a Ram truck. The speedometers are a little bit different. So go to our website and select the one that you need and you can install it. The installation process takes less than 30 minutes. It's very easy to do. So let's get started. All right, whenever you guys go to check out this particular product on the webpage, be sure to fill out the cluster form. Now you have to do that so we know what mileage you have on your vehicle, so we can pre-program the cluster to be 100% plug and play in your specific truck. All right guys, to get started, the first thing we're gonna do is remove the existing speedometer cluster. So basically what we're gonna do is remove the bezel that goes around your existing cluster first. So in order to do that, you can use a dash pry tool, you can use a flathead screwdriver, but basically you just want to get in between the dash and the plastic piece and just pry it down. There's 3 retaining clips at the top there, so once that pulls out, you can remove the bottom. You notice it just has retaining clips that holds it in place. Now that this is removed, you can just set it aside. The next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the center stack or the radio. Very easy to do. You're gonna remove the lid liner first. Then there's gonna be 2 7mm screws underneath that. Once you remove those 2 screws, this whole assembly just pops away from the dash. Now at this particular point, now that those 2 screws are removed, it's just retaining clips holding this to the dash. So you can use a dash pry tool, a flathead screwdriver, or you can just muscle it out just to pull it away from the dash. Now, at this particular point, you don't actually have to unplug everything. You just need to pull it away just enough so you can remove the little plastic trim piece where your push start button is. And that just pops out. Next thing we're going to do is pop out this closeout panel. It's just held in with retaining clips. All right, now we're going to remove 2 screws right below the cluster itself. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure the steering column is at the lowest position. And then we're going to go ahead and pull this trim panel back. Now what that's going to do is it's going to expose the 2 lower screws of the actual speedometer cluster. And we'll also have access to the 2 upper screws. So remove those 4 screws. All right, now that all 4 screws have been removed, you can go ahead and pull down on the cluster, then slightly pull it out, and then go ahead and press in the tab for the brown connector to remove it. All right, guys, we have our replacement cluster here. We're basically just gonna install it just the way we pulled the other one out, everything in reverse. So we'll go ahead and do that now. All right, now when you install the left closeout panel, you'll notice it has this little hook here. You're gonna wanna slide that into here first and then clip it into place. Okay, now similar to the right closeout panel, it's the same thing. You're gonna wanna slide it in underneath these levers or hooks here. Now, before we went ahead and temporarily kind of just pushed the center stack back in. So we'll set that out. Meanwhile, putting this behind that panel and then popping it into place. We can now permanently put our center stack back in, as well as the 2 screws on the top. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and pop on the cluster bezel. So we're gonna pop in the lower part first, and then we're gonna push down and back the upper part, and then pop that into place. All right, now that we have everything installed, let's go ahead and turn the truck on and take a look. Right away, you notice the 2500 graphic show up. If you happen to have a 3500, 45, or 5500, you'll see that accordingly. But what a big difference. It really enhances the driving experience for the truck. You notice that the Ram symbol or logo has a backlight to it. You can't miss the big digital screen. It just looks really, really cool. And again, just gives it that that great feeling whenever you're driving the truck, especially in the evening. You'll notice the menu over here. These are all controlled with your steering wheel control switches. You'll be able to see messages, audio, your trailer. For those of you who have the electronic trailer brake control, you'll be able to control it right through your cluster. Your trip info, vehicle info. It gives you all these different presets. You'll be able to look at your gauges as you go through here. What's great about having the diesel is you'll be able to get in there and look at some of the diesel settings. For instance, your boost pressure, your particulate filter, so on and so forth. Just looks really, really neat. Obviously, having the speed is great as well. But what I wanted to tell you guys is you can customize it. So you can come up in here to the setup menu, and you can actually customize what you want in the upper left-hand corner, what you want in the upper right, and lower left. So let's just say up in the upper left, you want to come in here and do the time. You can do that. Range till empty, all these different options you can do to customize it, which is really, really neat. We do this upgrade and so much more over at Infotainment.com. With this truck specifically, we have over 20 factory options that we're adding to this truck, such as the one we just demonstrated. So come check us out at Infotainment.com. Thanks for watching.